Hi, I'm Mom.
And I'm Dad.
And I'm Ford. And I'm Sarah.
Welcome to
For Sarah.
Yay! You guys were awesome. Okay, you guys can go back to doing whatever you were doing. Okay, good evening. It is Friday, January 22nd. It's 8:19 at night. Hi, Maddie. It's 8:19 at night, and we're talking about homeschooling. So I asked some of my family members, and some of them homeschool, what would they like for me to share with all of you guys today. So what came up was scheduling and grading. I'm going to flip through the phone so you can see what I'm doing. Don't worry about words or anything like that. It's not something that you would need to move in, close, zoom in. Is it the right way? What have you? No, it's just a basic overview. Nothing to buy. Nothing to buy, nothing new to purchase. Just showing you what I use and how I keep track of their grades. Let's see. Let's start with what they carry their schoolwork in. A book bag. At school, they have book bags. If we need to travel with homeschooling, I like the ability to be flexible. And sometimes that means, which is very rare, but sometimes that means that we have to do schoolwork in the van, because the van has a DVD player, and some of our courses are on DVD. Some of them I use my phone to access our online courses, and then they can do their homework. So for instance, we're in the time of COVID. Well, you know what that means. We still have doctor's appointments. So for our regular doctor appointments, only one person, or the adult and one child, the child who is, who will be seen that day, can enter into the medical facility. So what happens with the other twin? They stay with the other parent in the car, and they have homework. So we never miss a beat, and we're able to complete our assignments. It's a basic clipboard. I let them decorate it. Inside of it, some work, some pencils. I have assignments for them. It's a perforated pages, so we just rip them out. So their weekly spelling, their weekly mathematics, some sheets for enhancement for their social studies. They're inside of this with their name on it. They have stickers on it. They decorate it. It's theirs. There is a peel and stick whiteboard on the back for the dry erase if we need to do something, because you can't take your huge dry erase board with you on the road. We don't have an RV, and we're not living full-time in one. So you improvise, and this is easy. It's portable. You can carry it, very flexible. For me, I have just a regular generic, I got this from Target. In the bins you walked in, when you first walk in, $1, $3, $5 bins, and I got this. What I like about it is for the weekly planning, big, huge, blank pages. Huge. And when I write our information in, what is this? This is week 3. Week 3, don't worry about it if you can't read it. It's just for you to get an idea of it. This is what it looks like. I'm writing in this thing. I'm keeping track of the week, the days, including holidays, and what our assignments are. And I created a weekly checklist. I just use Microsoft Word. There are planners out there that you can purchase. There are home school planners that you can purchase. They're on Etsy, they're online, they're on Amazon, they're everywhere. There's planners in Walmart, there's planners in Target, there's planners everywhere. I make my own because no planner is complete. It says it's complete. Then there are some pages that you don't need and you're never going to use. Big waste of paper. So I decided to create a weekly checklist. I print it out. It's a generic form. I don't have a blank one. Mine is all written in because I write them out in advance. So I know what we're doing at the end of the third quarter because I've already written it out by hand. I don't use my computer to fill this information in. I don't. Some people might like to. I do not. I like to handwrite things in because I'm going to change how something is taught or when it is taught. I need to be flexible because my children aren't robots. You have to be flexible. So there are some things that I need to change. I'll probably have to go back, modify. So there might be an assignment that we cannot complete, we cannot get to yet because we need more foundation building. So I handwrite that in. I do have liquid paper. So the whiteout is real. The eraser mate pens, they're okay. Because I'm going to change it. Okay, people, it's backwards. Yes, I know it's backwards. But you really don't want to use the other side of my camera. I don't know what's going on with it. So we're just going to work with this one. I have my week here. I'm going to pull one down so I can at least read it. So my week, my date, my weekly checklist, the quarter, the days of the week, Monday through Saturday, and then I know it's backwards. Language arts, fix it, spelling, all things fun, and cursive writing. My math, social studies, our science, reading. They have 30 minutes independent reading every single day. 30 minutes independent reading. We have our choice blocks for our physical education and health. I have a form that I created on the board. It will cover this entire quarter. They have options there to choose from and to mark what they have done. And it is already timed. And this way, they monitor. They let me know what they have done. And of course, I'm checking on them. That's part of being a parent. You're the biggest snitch in the world to yourself. So you have to monitor what they're doing, but yet you still want them to be independent. Whatever. So it's up there. That's them being responsible for themselves. And then I don't have to say, oh my goodness, we didn't pencil in physical education. I didn't get enough of health in for today. No, it's built in. It's taped to the wall. There's no way I can avoid it. Plus, I need one for myself. Hello. The struggle is real. Anyway, moving on. I made a homeschooled grade tracker. Same thing. Went on Word. If you don't have Word, because I also have a Chromebook, does not have the Microsoft Office suite on there. There are free software you can use, people. Chrome has it. I've been using it for years. I needed a new laptop and I got one and it just had Microsoft Office suite on it. And I use it. It's there, but it wasn't a deal breaker for me to get this computer and it came with it. So that's what I use. But you can use that because there's free software out there. My Chromebook is right over there. It still works. Whose paper is this? This is my Lonnie's, my Sarah's paper. So here, I know it's backwards. Homeschool grade tracker. Name, grade, subject, what they're doing, what page it's on, what grade they have. And I use this for all of their subjects. I have a nice big fat clip on it. I will need this clip because as I fill out their assignments, all their daily assignments, weekly assignments to their daily assignments, it's all here. I'm tracking everything. I'm writing notes. I'm tweaking what I've noticed, what I need to go back to, what I need to modify for whichever child. I'm doing all of that, and I will fill this in daily because I'm a responsible parent and got to be accountable. So, I mean, it's third grade is a big deal. It's a very big deal. So I make sure that I treat it as such. Yes, PE is important. Yes, I know it's backwards. If anyone's reading comments, that's Dad. That's Dad that's commenting. It's backwards. Did I do my Uncle Leela voice? It's backwards, Jenny. Whatever. Okay. It's been 15 minutes. Let's see. Leilani wanted me to share. I asked her what should I share today. She wanted me to share what we're reading, what we're using in our social studies. We're currently using Oh Freedom. They have their Oh Freedom journal. Yes, it's backwards. They have their Oh Freedom journal. And this week we read a few chapters of A Young People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. And Only the Names Remain, The Cherokees and the Trail of Tears by Alex Beeler. That was for week 11. Yeah, week 11. Next week is week 12 of the Oh Freedom curriculum. And the twins have asked, we live in the state of Illinois, and why is it spelled like that? Why is it Illinois? Why is this? And I said, that's because the Native Americans, they named everything because they were here first. So they named everything, and their own is backwards. Only the names remain. But where are the Cherokee people? But we still have names like Chattahoochee, Chattanooga. Yeah, those are names that were given. That those are names of places, rivers that the Native Americans named everything. So growing up, I never quite. I just accepted that that's what the names of those places were. I never thought about who or why, or where those names came from. But that's why. So we will be finished with this book next week. This is one of our texts for the Oh Freedom. And I do enjoy this. We have books. Next year for 4th grade, we will be using Our Star Spangled Story. And there are a series of books that we will read with them. We'll read together. Some books I have purchased with my Audible because sometimes I don't want to talk. I know you guys can't tell because now it's 8:33 and I'm still talking. But if you know me, that happens. I'm sorry in advance. I was a talkative child, quiet in school, talkative when school was over, and I still am. Anything else I should share, twins? You guys like my hair? I got to pull to the side because I have this hideous pimple, people. Y'all don't even want to see it. So, we had it. Don't that gray look pretty, though? Look at that gray. That's beautiful. No? Okay. All right, I didn't share your books. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Thanks. Forrest said that was okay, so it's okay with me. So I'm wrapping it up. Thank you, guys. Yes, I'm glad you love history. Dad. Yeah, thanks, Maddie. Yeah, I know it's cute. It's cute. I do have some Begin up there just in case I want to rinse it with the gray. But yeah, whatever. Did a nice twist out. So please comment on our page. Give me some ideas of what you would like to know about homeschooling. We still have not gotten an official homeschool room yet. We have homeschooled in the kitchen, we're homeschooled in the dining room. We homeschool literally all over the house except for the bedrooms. People, no, that's for sleeping. Let's see. I would say you don't need a room designated for homeschooling to teach. It does not have to be huge. You do not have to have all this furniture. We just have a lot of board games and different fun things that I don't necessarily want to see all the time. So one day I will show the homeschool area when we have finalized the flow of the room, the purpose of the rooms. There will be a multi-purpose room because we share this living space and what works, and it doesn't look too cluttered, because if I see clutter, I'm sorry, I'm not productive. So I need to make sure that I stay productive, which means everything has its place and that's where it should be. What kind of games do I use? Games that I use for learning. We have plenty of board games. We have a ton of board games. Tons of board games. We have a ton of board games that we use. There's some puzzles in there too that I would like for us to be able to get to more easily. Can you see that? More easily. Since I flipped the camera around, their books are on top. Some of them are down because I wanted to show you guys, but I did. It's on the table. But this is our school library. This entire row is devoted to Oh Freedom. These are the books. These are the ones that I started off with and I will continue to use. But this is all Oh Freedom. From here to here. That's all Oh Freedom. Our math books. I have learning mats that I've purchased. You guys know the brand. And we use them. There's our science. When it's time for science, both of their spirals are in here. They will come get them. We will watch a video. Either we will watch their video, which is online. This is Science Shepherd. Introductory Science Level B. They watch their videos. They answer their questions. Either they will use the laptop. They will use my cell phone, which I'm on right now. Hey! I see Miss Candace. Thank you. Let's see. Or we will just put it on our television and watch it there, which is right next door. Okay, so we've seen it. We all see it. Okay, there's our math. There's our gamma, which is a Matthew C. It used to be very, very thick, but I removed the pages. I put them in their clipboard box. Next week, next week we are on lesson 24. This is lesson 25A. That's next because the books, their clipboard boxes are already set up for next week. This is the test, their testing booklet. We have some other math things. Oh, there's a songbook that goes with it. We have some other math things. 180 days of problem solving for second grade. Yes, they're in third grade, but I wanted to make sure that what skills they needed and should have learned and mastered in second grade that they have. So we have those. I have not used them much, but as you can see, we're getting to the end of this book. We're going to be doing a lot of review and make sure that we mastered all of the multiplication before we go on to the division, which is, this one is gamma. Multiplication, the next is division, which is delta. Here we have the spelling. Used to be an extremely thick book. School year is not over. Let's see how much of this is the glossary. Yeah, this is all they have left. But fortunately for them, hey, I have grade 4 spelling in 2 different books. One is Spectrum and one is the Evan Moore. So yeah, we have some more work to do. We're never going to be short of work. We just started this, All Things Fun and Fascinating. I really, really like this. I chose it because, let me come back to the camera, to the light. I chose this because I wanted us to expand on our strong verbs and our quality adjectives. So in this, they learn how to outline. They can only use 3 words from each sentence. And then they can use symbols, numbers, abbreviations, however many they want, to create an outline. And then they stand up, they present the presentation. They can only read from their outline. And it should sound exactly like this, which they have done. And now, let's see. Now we're working on strong verbs. So the words that are banned are went, come, eat, and said. So then they go and they find strong verbs. And they choose them so we can expand our vocabulary, which helps out with our fix-it grammar. Because in our fix-it grammar, we have strong verbs. They teach you to proofread. So we have strong verbs that we use. They've already done preposition plus noun, no verbs. So it just keeps going. And this is a mastery program, so it looks different. You'll say, why is it they're learning articles? Did you learn what an article was, or did you just learn nouns like me and learn to go through the sentence, find the subject, find the noun, the verb, whatever? Let me go through. Were you taught to find? This is a review. Were you taught to find the prepositional phrase, to compare the adjectives? Were you taught to mark them? Well, they are. And when they get this page, we do day 1 first, and then they turn around, and they do the rest of the pages, mostly independently. And then, what do? They have to turn around and they have to write it. So they have spirals that they have to write these stories in. Once they found all the grammatical errors, they fix it. So basically it's teaching them to proofread. It's a different way. I know it's a different way of being taught that, especially for third grade. But it's a mastery program. So if you're going to homeschool, you have to decide, are you going to choose a traditional program? I chose a mastery program. Understand it's not taught that way in a traditional school setting. That doesn't make it wrong. That doesn't make it any better. Well, it depends. It depends on the child. but I like it this way. So we're just going to keep going with it. We have some Spanish books. We got reading, health, for art, because we do learn fine arts. I have the Evan Moore, How to Teach Art to Children, which we do. I also for math, and just for life skills, we have the Dave Ramsey Jr. Life Skills. They have to learn how to take care of their money. We'll learn how to invest. Oh, this is our cursive writing. We've completed this cursive writing. This is finished. We have another. The first semester are in here. All of their math, language works, things like that are in there. You got to have a microscope. Got to have a talking interactive globe. That's going to come in handy for years to come, people, all the way through high school. So I like to buy things that I know we're going to use. It's not really a toy. It's for children, but I like it. I really like it. Do we have recess? We have over here, we have our sheet where they have to choose the activity that they've done. And they have to mark it. And it's all the way through Sunday. And this is for week 21. What is that? 22. And the other ones down at the bottom have to be fixed. Because I'm looking and I'm seeing they're not right. The dates are right, but the week isn't. It's fine. Bike, we have our exercise bike. We have our huge trampoline outside, but it's winter. We can't use it. So we got the little one over there. Let's see, in the basement, they jump rope. My kids don't jump rope, I'm being honest. We do sprints. They do sprints. Let me get it right. They do sprints up and down the stairs. Exercises, they have the option of yoga. But there is a video with yesterday they were dancing with their dad, and he was doing some slides and stuff like that. And I'm thinking we could have family dance time, because if you're in school, you're going to learn how to do a dance, right? Square dancing. What's the difference? Videos on YouTube. Do the dance at home. They have break time, lunchtime snack. They get that stuff. They need that, because sometimes I need a break. Don't look at my house. It's junky. Please don't. I have my kids just doing some of everything. Look at this. Another fine art. They do have piano lessons. Even though it's the time of COVID still, we have continued our piano lessons virtually. So they still see their instructor using my phone, and they practice every day, 15 minutes minimum a day. They want to go over, they go over. It's up to them. It's up to them if they're going to create more music, practice more. That's a choice. It's not mandatory, but minimum 15-minute practice a day, that is mandatory. And they have been practicing for over a year. If anyone is interested, if you live out in the southern suburbs or just in the city and you can make it there, we have lessons through Melody Mart in Homewood, Illinois. And they have their same instructor. And she is a wonderful. Let's see, what else? That's about it. That's pretty much it. And once again, I'm sorry, y'all. It's 8:48. Have a good evening. Stay blessed. Stay prayerful. Pray for other people. We never know the circumstances of others. Everyone needs help. We need to be kind to each other. And I'm not saying go out and do something financially to help others, because I don't know what your pocketbook looks like. I know what mine looks like, but I know that prayer for me is real and it works. So pray specifically for what you want. If you're unsure how to pray, you come with thanksgiving in your heart, and you give thanks and praises. And you're thankful for the things that you have. And then you lay out your prayers and the needs of the people. And then you, through faith, step out. And you thank God for the miracles that you know that He is going to perform. You only need the faith of a mustard seed. That's it. Speaking of faith. I went to Etsy. No, I went to Teachers Pay Teachers, and I purchased an Armor of God lap book. Just purchased. It was $5. Printed up, and they're working on that. So that is what we will be doing for the remainder of January, is working on the Armor of God, so we can learn how to pray and how to arm ourselves, our mind, our heart, our thoughts, all of that, shield all of that with the Word of God. And they enjoy it. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy coloring and papering and gluing and all this other stuff? But you're feeding your soul too. So as a parent, I'm responsible for that. So it's not just books. You have to feed the whole child. So exercise, spiritually nourish them, and nourish yourself, because homeschooling, as a parent, it's really tough. If you're a single parent, even tougher. It's not easy, but it's doable. And we shouldn't be afraid of challenges. So with my children, I let them know they shouldn't be afraid of challenges. If there's something that they're struggling with and it's not going so great, I try to encourage, and I tell them, you don't see it now, but in a few weeks, you're going to come to me and say, this is easy work. This is easy work, Mom. This isn't hard. I can do this. And I tell them that, because in the midst of it, when you're struggling, when you're challenged, when you're not grasping that concept and you think that you're not going to be able to do it, kids feel that way. Not just adults. Kids feel that way too. So as a parent, it's my job, it's our job to motivate them, to try to find a different way, to help them learn different resources, how to modify something. If we have to take them back, don't feel guilty because you had to backtrack, because it's about them maybe not having had that foundation, but now you're there to give it to them. Because a teacher in the classroom has how many kids, and they have to make sure that the children are performing well on these tests, that they're hitting these benchmarks and everything. But it's a lot of kids, and you're one person. So the best thing to do as a parent is to support your kids, know exactly what they need, and if they're not getting what they need, you give it to them. And that's part of being a parent. So thank you, guys. I know it's a long video. I'm so sorry. I know it's a long video. I got to get my time management down. Wonder how my homeschooling goes? What you do when you wake up in the morning? We'll talk about that next week, Friday, about how our schedule goes with the Force Sarah clan. Love you guys. Bye.